Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we have gameplay of one of the more kind of overlooked champions that's getting its recognition now. Upon the release, there was not too much hype about Gentle, and the reviews were quite mixed to say the least. But more and more recently, Gentle is getting his flowers with being a very relevant Alliance War champion and quite pesky defender as well. And now, the week 3 and 4 Gladiator Circuit meta that's coming for Season 2018 Battlegrounds is going to be a perfect playground for Gentles. So I just wanted to point that out before we actually get into the gameplay, because Gentle is immune to bleed, and while performing well-timed block, he is immune to stun. So Stunning Reflection poses no threat to him. Additionally, when immunity triggers or when an opponent purifies or cleanses a debuff, gain a pursuit passive, so he's going to be able to shut down all their waits all the time. And then, when the opponent purifies or cleanses a stun debuff or triggers a stun immunity, gain unstoppable and indestructible passive for 2 seconds. This effect has 5-second cooldown. But the point is, Gentle's going to wreck that Stunning Reflection meta as well. So, let's take a look at some gameplay. So we do have the 9.2 Mutant Path, we do have full Realm of Legends solo run, and we do have a Red Hulk solo as well, even though I do not think Red Hulk is necessarily the best matchup for Gentle, but we're going to get there. So the entire idea how to use Gentle is fairly straightforward. You just want to do your full hit combos and ideally activate special attacks whilst you're unstoppable, that giving you extra attack and damage, and effectively by doing that you gain your muscle mass, and each muscle mass inflicts Daunted on the opponent that improves your special attack damage, basically. And there you go. If you are at max muscle mass upon activating special attack, you also have a built-in recoil, which is one of the more frustrating and annoying things. But it does have damage, and you do not have to suffer recoil if you do finish that fight properly, as in like with that level 2. Gentle is designed to be like one of the best bullseye counters in the game as well, and he does that very well. And yeah, he's more finicky on defense as it would appear. Additionally, another interesting point to find out is Gentle has a very good interaction with Mr. Sinister Relic, because that places bleed on you, which immediately triggers your immunity, which immediately gives you the pursuit passive as well in fights where you otherwise maybe can't access it. And that lets you have at least a 15-second uninterrupted window where you can completely shut down their wave. Typical rotation for Gentle against, you just do your full hit combos, go for level 1, gain muscle mass, go for level 2, and again, ideally activate your level 2 once you are unstoppable, and you can do some crazy numbers as you can see here. So I know of quite few players who are falling for Gentle more and more and more and more. So it's going to be quite interesting to see where exactly he kind of stabilizes himself in the game. Because obviously, as we know, Dazzler is kind of the recent mutant sweetheart, and in addition to that, Jean Grey is soon, well, in a bit over a month and a half, going to enter the Titan Crystals as well. So if Gentle is going to gain his popularity, now is the time probably, especially with the Cyclops buff around the corner as well. So yeah, the next Titan Crystal is likely going to feature 2 new mutants there as well. And here, obviously, his damage is boosted by seeing red node, which gives him effectively a fury buff every time he's immune to bleed. And there are bleed triggers in these fights, and with that, can do just brutal amounts of damage. Interesting mutant, at least. I'm still kind of a bit repelled by that recall mechanic in him, and to me, he strikes as the type of champion that if you're gonna commit to him, you probably do want to, get him to max sig, and then at least that recoil is only like 2.5%. You can play around that recoil, but again, that immediately limits your damage, because you get a 60% Daunted passive if you activate a special attack with max muscle mass. So that improves your special attack damage by quite a bit, especially considering that you also get the reverb damage, which is another 25% on top of any physical damage that you do. And then you take the recall. So you can either throw your level 2 with less damage by finishing a combo, I think with the 4th light attack, that takes away 1 of your muscle mass, and that, again, lets you avoid the recall. But then there's no damage there. So, let me know if you are gentle enthusiasts, how he has been working out for you guys so far. I know Zurafa has taken his unduped gentle to rank 4 already, so that is a fairly encouraging sign, even though Zurafa does have some very quirky champion affections, like Nightcrawler. So, need more trust in than Zurafa. There we go. Obviously, with a specifically designed path for mutants, he has been nothing but exceptional here. He's been putting those damage numbers like crazy, and he managed, yeah, and does that like some very filthy numbers. Alright, let's do Realm Legend solo run. So these are 550k opponents. No special abilities, nothing hindering him. Let's see how he does. 550k. How long will he take? And again, I do believe that just about always you will want to go for your level 1, level 2 rotation. But let's just break it down. So level 1, that's going to put him at like 10 muscle mass here. And that, does okay-ish amount of damage, nothing too peculiar, especially considering that recall masteries are active. Another cool, interesting thing about him is that he actually doesn't take any extra recoil from recall masteries. So he is quite recoil friendly. And now he's activating that special attack with everything he's got, and that's a decent amount of overkill. That would have one-shot just about anybody with 700k health, more or less, right? So let's go without the class advantage. Will the same rotation be enough? Again, you do have the bleed immunity, so you start the fight with the pursuit passive if you have recall masteries active, which is quite useful, especially for like questing scenarios if you expect the fight to be over by that time. Now he goes for his level 1. Got 6 daunted passives, now 11. He needs to get to his 12th, which he has. He needs to get his unstoppable going. Will he manage throwing that special in time? There we go. Yeah, well, that again has quite a bit of overkill there in the damage department, and that tells you that it definitely would nuke anything that about 700 health. Quite reassuring, to be honest, not gonna lie. That is a rank 4 with recall masteries, though. I wonder. Would love to see some Polygons gameplay, but unfortunately I did not get that sent to me. But yeah, seems to be tackling this quite effortlessly for the most part. As we can see that since he doesn't suffer from recall mastery, he's actually very, very good champion to run with recalls. Because yeah, his level 1 doesn't force you to take recall damage, and if you kill everything with your level 2, well, you're also good. And here he activated that level 2 without the unstoppable active, and it was still enough, though. It was still enough to take down that fight. Okay, so now we got Rhino. Rhino has a slight increase in physical resistance if he starts the fight with full health, I believe. That's always found that ability to be quite unique, but yeah. If Rhino starts the fight with max health, I believe he gets extra physical rating for the fight. So let's go. The unstoppable, the level 1, not too much damage there, but he's clobbering it in. Again, did not suffer from recall mastery, maintaining his health to a very good level. Man, I wish recall masteries were more present in the game. And now, again, activating level 2 without the unstoppable, but still, that's more than enough. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward to the Wolfie fight here. Then we're gonna watch the end. There's the Vision, which is more annoying. Where's the Wolverine? Where is that Wolverine? There we go. Let's take a look at these three. So he has managed to maintain a very healthy form. I do want to see this though. Because obviously Gentle does not have any debuffs to interact with Despair Mastery. So he has to take that regeneration with brute amount of damage. I do think that level 2 is going to absolutely destroy that, though, even if Wolverine is there with the full health. Which he might not even be, depending how well his regen triggers. But here we can see that, yeah, the regen is easily offsetting the damage. And he is going to go for it with the Unstoppable Acto. Yeah, and there was still the entire last drop hit available to him. So let's go against Black Bolt, obviously. It's kind of funny, because this Black Bolt still has Recall Master active. So if he's going to bait level 2 from Black Bolt, you can see the only 2 champions in the game fight that actually have built-in Recall Masteries. Is there anybody else? I don't think so. I don't think any other champion forces you to take damage upon activation of special attack. And it was a wild decision, I think, by Kabam to give a champion recoil built in their kit in 2025, but fair enough. So he's going to go for it. Obviously, this is just going to nuke it everything. So every single fight goes down with level 1, level 2. That was level 2's do quite lots of damage. And then the final Hulk fight. So that's a little snippet of Gentle. If you do have a rank 3 or 4 Gentle yourself and you want to submit a gameplay showcase, then definitely do not hesitate to reach out to me by any means available, via email, via Ebzone, via Discord, or line. Those are typically, or you can just drop a comment and then we can discuss what's more convenient for you. But let's see. He's definitely not going to have Unstoppable for this fight, as in like this level 2. Far too far from his second battle power. Hey, buddy. Are you going for it? Oh, no. He is going to get that Unstoppable. There you go. There you go. 80k. I wonder what the damage looks without Recall Masteries as well. That definitely kind of leaves me wanting to see a bit more varied gameplay, but did look quite good and healthy so far. So let me know what you guys think of a Gentle, especially a rank 4 Gentle. I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Bye bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about